Hello, GCDs! If you're completely new to the MMORPG genre, the term GCD might seem a bit strange. GCD is an abbreviation of Global Cooldown, and any actions that are affected by this are termed GCDs. All actions that are GCDs share a cooldown with each other. If you use a GCD action, all of your GCD actions are put on the same cooldown, hence why it's the global cooldown. In Final Fantasy XIV, the global cooldown is 2.5 seconds at base. If you've just started playing, or are coming over to FF from WoW, this might initially seem to be a bit slow, but this is intentional, and you'll see why in a later part. Your personal GCD can be sped up by way of increasing the substats of skill speed and spell speed, for physical and magical jobs respectively. Certain jobs have ways of naturally increasing their GCD speeds, so if you like a faster pace, you should give these a go. I will be referring to these as speed modifiers moving forward. Weapon skills and spells are in the GCD category of actions. Weapon skills are typically for physical attackers and spells are for casters. There is a second action category that is reserved for abilities, but this will be explored more in a later part. GCD actions are the most basic way of acting in this game. They are used predominantly for damaging enemies, but there are also some GCD actions that heal yourself and allies. Regardless of which class or job you play, you should learn which of your actions are GCDs so that you're aware of what your fundamental actions are. So how can I tell which of my actions are GCDs? You can look at the tooltip for the action in question. Tooltips are surprisingly useful and update over time as you level up and gain new traits and enhanced actions. Please don't neglect to look over them if you've just started or are learning a new class or job. Any action that is a GCD will have two indicators. They will be specifically called a weapon skill or spell, and the recast time will usually be around 2.5 seconds, though it can be faster if speed modifiers are taken into account. Weapon skills typically follow a combo system for most jobs, though not always. By using these GCDs in the correct sequence, you will significantly increase the potency of the subsequent GCD, and allow the combo to continue until the finisher. If you're ever unsure about where your combo starts and ends, or if the weapon skill even has one, your tooltips will once again provide you the answer to that. You've also got a generous 15 seconds in which to input the correct GCD. Take Lancer for instance. At level 4, they have two GCD actions, True Thrust and Vorpal Thrust. You can see that when True Thrust is used, Vorpal Thrust's icon in the hotbar gets framed by this dotted yellow line. That's the game telling you that it's available for use as a combo action. Vorpal Thrust gets used, and you can see a green flash on the player character accompanied by a sound effect. This indicates that the combo action has been successfully used. If, however, Vorpal Thrust was not used after a True Thrust, but instead used raw, neither of those two indicators would occur, and you'll see greatly diminished damage from the action. At level 26, Lancers gain a third combo GCD in Full Thrust. Inspecting the tooltip will reveal that its combo action is Vorpal Thrust, meaning Full Thrust is the new finisher. So the new combo becomes True, Vorpal, and Full Thrust, and the damage for correctly pulling it off will speak for itself. In addition, some weapon skills have positional requirements to get the most out of them, either by increasing damage or by offering an additional effect. These are combo bonuses. Some effects only trigger through performing a combo action, and sometimes additionally require a positional. With a little bit of practice, you'll develop a keen memory about these things. Take the time to learn your combos and positionals if you have them, because it's not as simple as spamming the highest level action you've got, and doing so is only going to make you look silly. Compared to weapon skills, very few spells at all have combos or positionals associated with them. Instead, many spells have a cast time they need to go through before the action is considered to be executed, though this is also not always the case. You can easily verify whether or not a GCD has a cast time by looking at its tooltip. If it doesn't have one, it'll show instant, and if it does, it'll show the exact cast time, factoring in speed modifiers. Finally, there are some weapon skills that have their own cooldown in addition to triggering the default GCD cooldown upon use. There are even some abilities that trigger the GCD cooldown. If this is the case, the tooltip will state, triggers the cooldown of weapon skills upon execution, or this action does not share a recast timer with any other actions. Seriously, read your tooltips. Next time, beginner uptime. Read your tooltips. They're very good. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Oh wait, I do no damage! Oh!